This is not just an audiobook. It is a gateway to the ancient wisdom that energy is the essence of all creation. As you listen, you will uncover how the unseen forces of the universe bend and shift in response to your awareness. The Law of Energy. Introduction. Through the ages, an ancient wisdom has flowed like a hidden river beneath the surface of human consciousness. This wisdom speaks of a force so fundamental, so intrinsic to existence itself, that those who grasp its nature hold the key to shaping reality itself. This force is energy, the building block of all creation, the essence that binds the cosmos together. You stand at the threshold of understanding that has remained veiled from the masses, yet has guided the footsteps of history's most remarkable individuals. The universe itself has brought you to this moment, for knowledge of this magnitude reveals itself only to those prepared to receive it. Energy flows through every atom, every thought, every intention you hold. It dances in the space between your breaths, pulses through your dreams, and responds to the silent commands of your consciousness. This is not mere theory. It is the foundational truth upon which all of existence rests. The ancients understood this power. They witnessed how thoughts shape reality, how intentions manifested into form, how the unseen forces of the universe bent to align with focused will. This knowledge was preserved in secret teachings, passed from master to initiate, protected until the moment was right for its revelation. That moment is now, and you are here because your spirit has called forth this wisdom. The power to shape reality has always resided within you, dormant, but never diminished. Through these teachings, you will awaken to the energy that flows through your being, learning to direct it with purpose and precision. This awakening cannot be undone. Once you perceive the true nature of reality, the living, breathing energy that responds to your every thought, you will never again view the world through the same lens. Your consciousness will expand, your perception will sharpen, and your ability to manifest will magnify beyond what you once believed possible. Part 1. Awakening to the Truth of Energy. Chapter 1. The Energy You Cannot See Yet Always Feel. In the quiet town of Millbrook, Walter Green walked the same streets each morning, feeling something that others seemed to ignore. While his neighbors hurried past, focused on their daily routines, Walter sensed a subtle vibration, an invisible current that pulsed through the air, through the trees, through his very being. This sensation followed him everywhere. In his garden, he noticed how plants seemed to respond not just to water and sunlight, but to his presence, his mood, his intentions. When he felt peace, his flowers bloomed more vibrantly. When his mind was troubled, they appeared to withdraw. Just as Walter experienced this mysterious connection, you too have felt moments when reality seemed to shift with your thoughts. Perhaps you've noticed how rooms feel different when filled with joy versus tension, or how certain places energize while others drain. These are not coincidences. They are glimpses of the energy field that permeates all existence. One autumn morning, as Walter sat beneath an old oak tree, everything changed. In a moment of perfect stillness, the veil lifted. He saw, with absolute clarity, that the world was not solid at all, but a dancing tapestry of energy. Every leaf, every breath of wind, Every thought in his mind was part of this living matrix of force and frequency. This revelation transformed Walter's life. He discovered that by consciously directing his energy, through focused attention and clear intention, he could shape the circumstances of his life. Opportunities that once eluded him began to appear effortlessly. Relationships improved, prosperity flowed, and a deep sense of purpose emerged. The same power flows through you at this very moment. Like Walter, you stand at the edge of awakening to the energy that surrounds and interpenetrates all things. This force responds to your thoughts, amplifies your emotions, and mirrors your deepest beliefs back to you through the circumstances of your life. To begin sensing this energy yourself, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Draw your attention to your breath, feeling the life force entering and leaving your body. As you breathe, imagine your awareness extending beyond your skin, like ripples on a pond. Notice the subtle sensations in the space around you, the slight pressure, the tingling, the alive quality of the air itself. Hold your hands palm to palm, then slowly draw them apart. Feel for the resistance between them, like invisible threads connecting your hands. This sensation, often dismissed as imagination, is your first conscious contact with the energy field that surrounds you. Practice this awareness daily, and you will develop an increasingly refined perception of the energetic dimension that shapes all reality. Chapter 2: The Forgotten Law That Rules the Universe. In a small village among rolling hills, Eleanor Martinez lived a life dictated by what she called luck. Each morning she would check her horoscope, carry her lucky charms, and attribute her successes and failures to the whims of fate. Like many, she believed her life was shaped by forces beyond her control. You see, Eleanor represents the journey many souls must take, from believing in external powers to discovering the truth that has existed since time immemorial. The law of energy, known to ancient masters and mystics, reveals that everything in existence vibrates at specific frequencies. This universal principle operates with unwavering precision, responding not to wishes or prayers, but to the energy you emanate. One day, while organizing her grandmother's attic, Eleanor discovered an old manuscript. Its weathered chapters contained wisdom passed down through generations, explaining how every thought, every emotion, every intention carries a specific vibration. This vibration, like a signal sent into the cosmos, attracts corresponding energies back into your life. The law of energy functions with mathematical accuracy. When you understand that your energetic state creates your reality, you cease being a victim of circumstance and become a conscious creator of your experience. Eleanor began to notice how her anxious thoughts preceded challenging situations, while her moments of confidence attracted opportunities. This revelation transformed Eleanor's approach to life. Instead of hoping for good fortune, she learned to cultivate specific energetic frequencies. When she desired abundance, she aligned her energy with prosperity. When she sought love, she attuned herself to the frequency of deep connection. The results were undeniable. Her reality began shifting in precise accordance with her energetic state. You too have experienced this law in action, though perhaps without recognizing it. Think of times when you felt absolutely certain about something, that unwavering knowing that preceded manifestation. or recall moments when your doubt and fear manifested exactly what you dreaded. These were not coincidences, but demonstrations of the law of energy responding to your vibration. The ancient ones knew that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. By understanding this principle, you gain the power to consciously direct the flow of energy in your life. Like Eleanor, you stand at the threshold of moving from unconscious reaction to conscious creation. Practice. Sacred energy reflection. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Think back to 3 significant moments in your life, one of success, one of unexpected synchronicity, and one of challenge. For each memory, recall your predominant thoughts and emotions in the days or weeks preceding the event. Notice how your internal energy state aligned with what manifested. This reflection will reveal patterns that demonstrate the law of energy at work in your own experience. Chapter 3. The Hidden Trap. In the bustling marketplace of a distant city, a merchant named Henry spent his days watching others prosper, while his own fortunes dwindled. Each morning he would open his shop with hope, only to end the day in disappointment. Why does success come so easily to others? He would ask himself, unaware that this very question held the key to his struggle. You may recognize yourself in Henry's story, for it mirrors a pattern that has bound countless souls throughout the ages. The energy that shapes your reality responds with perfect precision to your focus. Yet herein lies the hidden trap. Most individuals direct their attention toward what they wish to avoid rather than what they desire to create. When Henry gazed upon his empty shop, his thoughts dwelled on lack. When he observed his competitor's success, his heart filled with envy. Each moment of frustration, each sigh of despair, each declaration of life's unfairness, these were not merely reactions to his circumstances, but the very forces creating them. The ancient scrolls speak of a fundamental truth. Energy flows where attention goes. This is not a poetic metaphor, but a law as reliable as gravity. Yet you have been conditioned since birth to focus on problems rather than solutions, on limitations rather than possibilities, on what is missing rather than what is present. Henry's transformation began when a wise woman visited his shop. Instead of purchasing his wares, she offered him wisdom. Your struggle is not with the world, but with the lens through which you view it. She taught him to redirect his energy, showing him how his constant attention to lack was actually a powerful form of creation, just not the kind he desired. Through her guidance, Henry learned to catch himself in moments of negative focus and consciously shift his attention. Rather than lamenting his empty shop, he began to envision it filled with customers. Instead of counting his meager earnings, he started counting his blessings. When thoughts of scarcity arose, he gently redirected them toward abundance. The change did not happen overnight, for patterns of thought are like deep rivers that have carved their paths over time. Yet as Henry persisted in this practice, something remarkable occurred. Customers began to appear more frequently. Opportunities emerged that he had never noticed before. The very energy he had once fought began to flow in his favor. You too have this power, though perhaps without realizing it. Every moment, you are either reinforcing old patterns or creating new ones. The energy that seems to resist you is actually responding perfectly to your focus. It is not a force to be controlled, but a faithful servant, awaiting your conscious direction. Chapter 4. The Awakening. In the heart of a bustling city, Agnes walked the same path each day, head bowed, shoulders hunched, making herself as small as possible. Like countless others, she believed her role in life was to exist quietly, to accept whatever circumstances came her way, until one stormy evening changed everything. As thunder cracked overhead, Agnes found shelter in an ancient bookshop. There, between dusty volumes and flickering candlelight, she discovered a weathered manuscript that spoke of the power within. The words seemed to leap from the page, awakening something that had long slumbered in her soul. You possess this same power, though perhaps you too have forgotten. The energy that courses through your being is not merely life force. It is the very essence of creation itself. When you diminish yourself, you dim this light. When you doubt your worth, you deny your birthright. The universe knows no hierarchy of souls. There are no ordinary beings, only those who have yet to remember their true nature. Your energy signature is as unique as a fingerprint, as vast as the cosmos. It cannot be compared, measured, or ranked. It can only be expressed. Agnes discovered this truth in that moment of stillness, surrounded by ancient wisdom. She felt the pulse of her own power, no longer something to fear or suppress, but a gift waiting to be embraced. The sensation was not new. It had always been there, whispering beneath the surface of her awareness. You may recognize this stirring within yourself, those moments when time seems to stop, when possibility stretches before you like an infinite horizon. These are not coincidences or flights of fancy. They are glimpses of your true nature breaking through the veil of forgetting. Your energy responds to recognition. The more you acknowledge your power, the stronger it grows. Not through force or struggle, but through simple acceptance. Each time you stand tall instead of shrinking, speak your truth instead of staying silent, or choose faith over fear, you reclaim another fragment of your authentic self. Agnes left that bookshop transformed, not because she had gained something new, but because she had remembered something ancient. Her posture straightened, her eyes lifted, and the world seemed to respond differently to her presence. People who had once overlooked her now stopped to listen. Opportunities that had seemed out of reach began to materialize. This same awakening awaits you. Your power has never left. It has simply been waiting for you to recognize it. Let us now turn to an ancient practice that will help you reclaim this truth. Chapter 5. Energy is alive. In a quiet mountain village, a merchant named Edward noticed a peculiar pattern in his life. Some days he found himself inexplicably drawn to certain streets, where chance encounters led to remarkable opportunities. Other times, he felt an unexplainable urge to avoid particular places, only to later discover he had missed unfortunate events. You too have experienced these subtle pulls and pushes, these invisible threads that guide your path. What you perceive as intuition or coincidence is actually your innate ability to sense vibrational frequencies, the universal language of energy. Every thought, emotion, and intention carries its own unique frequency. Joy, love, and abundance resonate at higher vibrations, while fear, doubt, and lack vibrate at lower frequencies. This is not mere theory. It is a fundamental law of existence. When you understand this truth, you begin to see that your experiences are not random, but rather perfect matches to your own vibrational state. Edward discovered that on days when he felt light, optimistic, and grateful, he naturally attracted people and circumstances that matched these higher frequencies. His business flourished, relationships deepened, and opportunities seemed to appear from nowhere. Yet when he allowed himself to sink into worry or frustration, his reality quickly reflected these lower vibrations. Through conscious awareness, you can learn to sense these frequencies within and around you. Each emotion leaves an energetic signature that you can feel in your body. Pay attention to the subtle sensations when you enter different spaces or interact with various people. Some will lift your energy, while others may drain it. To raise your vibrational frequency, begin with this ancient practice. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to release any heavy energy. Now, create a pure tone with your voice, a simple Om, or any note that feels natural. Feel the vibration resonate through your body. As you hold this tone, imagine golden light filling your being. Focus on feelings of joy, peace, and abundance. Do this for several minutes, noticing how your energy shifts to a higher frequency. This practice, when done regularly, will attune you to higher vibrational states, naturally attracting experiences that match your elevated frequency. Just as Edward learned to navigate life through energy awareness, you too will develop this innate ability to sense and shift frequencies at will. With dedication, you'll notice subtle changes in how you perceive the world around you. Colors may appear more vivid, synchronicities will increase, and opportunities will seem to manifest with greater ease. Your heightened vibration becomes a magnetic force, drawing to you people, circumstances, and blessings that resonate with your newfound energy signature. Like a finely tuned instrument in the grand orchestra of the universe, you'll learn to play in perfect harmony with the frequencies of abundance and joy. Chapter 6. The Gateway to Higher Energies. In the heart of a bustling city, a healer named Martha spent years suppressing her emotions, believing they made her vulnerable. She built walls around her heart, priding herself on maintaining strict control. Yet the more she denied her feelings, the more her life stagnated, until an ancient manuscript revealed a truth that transformed her understanding. You have been taught that emotions are weaknesses to be conquered, inconvenient reactions to be controlled. This belief has led you to wage an endless war against your own nature, depleting the very power source meant to fuel your manifestations. Emotions are not mere responses to life. They are pure energy in motion. When you feel joy, you are not simply experiencing happiness. You are channeling a specific frequency of creative power. When anger rises within you, it is not a failure of control, but a surge of transformative energy waiting to be directed. Think of emotions as different forms of light. Each carries its own wavelength, its own potency. Love radiates at the highest frequency, capable of manifesting miraculous changes in your reality. Even emotions you have labeled as negative hold tremendous power when properly understood and channeled. Martha discovered that her suppressed grief contained the seeds of profound healing, while her controlled anger held the force needed to establish healthy boundaries. As she learned to work with her emotions rather than against them, her manifesting abilities multiplied exponentially. The key lies not in controlling emotions, but in allowing them to flow while maintaining conscious awareness. When you feel an emotion rising, resist the urge to suppress it. Instead, observe it as pure energy moving through your being. Notice how each emotion has its own texture, its own vibrational signature. To harness this power, practice this ancient emotional alchemy. When an emotion arises, sit quietly and place your hands over your heart. Breathe deeply into the feeling, allowing it to intensify naturally. Visualize this emotional energy as pure light gathering in your chest. With each breath, direct this light toward your desired manifestation, letting the raw power of your feeling fuel its creation. This is not about forcing positive emotions or rejecting negative ones. It is about recognizing that all emotional energy can be transformed and directed toward your highest purpose. Martha's journey teaches us that true power comes not from emotional control, but from emotional wisdom, knowing how to channel each feeling into purposeful creation. The emotional transmutation practice. Sit in stillness and recall a powerful emotion you've experienced today. Place your hands over your heart and breathe deeply into this feeling. As the emotion builds, visualize it as pure light gathering in your chest. With each exhale, direct this light toward something you wish to manifest. Continue for 7 breaths, allowing the emotional energy to fuel your intention. Complete this practice whenever you feel intense emotions arise, transforming their power into conscious creation. Chapter 7. How to Stop Leaking Energy and Take Back Control. In a quiet village among rolling hills, Franklin worked tirelessly as a merchant, yet each day left him more depleted than the last. Despite adequate rest and nourishment, vitality seemed to slip through his fingers like water. Then one evening, while studying an ancient text, he uncovered a truth that would forever change his understanding of energy. You lose power in countless ways throughout your day, often without realizing it. Every worried thought about the future drains your energy. Each moment spent dwelling on past regrets creates an energetic leak. When you engage in conflicts that do not serve your highest good, precious life force seeps away. Even seemingly innocent habits, like complaining about minor inconveniences or seeking approval from others, steadily deplete your spiritual reserves. These energy leaks are not random. They follow specific patterns. The most significant drain occurs when you resist what is, fighting against the natural flow of life. This resistance creates friction in your energy field, much like a dam blocking a river's course. Another major leak happens through unconscious agreements, promises made to others that no longer align with your truth, yet continue to bind your energy. Franklin discovered that his greatest energy loss came from trying to please everyone around him, saying yes when his spirit whispered no. As he learned to seal these leaks, his vitality returned with remarkable speed. Within days, opportunities he had long sought began appearing effortlessly. The key to maintaining your energy lies in conscious awareness. Notice when you feel drained versus energized. Pay attention to the situations, thoughts, and people that affect your energy field. Every time you catch yourself engaging in energy-draining behavior, pause and redirect your power back to yourself. Think of your energy as a precious resource, one that must be guarded and preserved for what truly matters. When you seal the leaks that drain your power, you naturally attract more of what you desire, operating from a place of fullness rather than depletion. the energy reclamation practice. Close your eyes and imagine a golden light surrounding your body. Visualize any cords, attachments, or leaks in your energy field. See these drains clearly. They might appear as dark spots, holes, or actual cords extending from you to other people or situations. Now, with firm but peaceful intention, begin cutting these cords and sealing these leaks. Watch as golden light fills each space where energy once drained away. Feel your power returning, filling you completely. End by envisioning a protective shield of light that allows only aligned energies to enter your field. Open your eyes, knowing your energy is now contained and preserved for your highest good. Chapter 8. The Sacred Symbols of Energy. In a forgotten library tucked away in the mountains, Ethel, a devoted scholar, discovered an ancient manuscript bound in weathered leather. As she turned its yellowed chapters, intricate symbols seemed to pulse with life, drawing her into their mysterious depths. That night, she dreamed of these symbols, and upon waking, found her perception of energy had transformed completely. You stand now at the threshold of wisdom that has been safeguarded through millennia. These sacred symbols are not mere drawings. They are keys that unlock the deeper chambers of universal energy. Each curve, line, and intersection carries specific vibrations that resonate with different aspects of creation. The spiral represents the eternal flow of energy, expanding outward into infinite possibility. The triangle channels power through its 3 points, balancing the forces of manifestation. The circle embodies wholeness, completion, and the cyclical nature of all things. When you work with these symbols, you tap into the accumulated power of countless generations who used them before you. Their energy has been strengthened through time, creating pathways that allow you to access specific frequencies more easily. By incorporating these symbols into your practice, you amplify your intentions and create clearer channels for energy to flow. Ethel began drawing these symbols during her morning meditation. Soon she noticed that her manifestations occurred more swiftly, her intuition sharpened, and her connection to universal energy deepened. The symbols acted as bridges between her consciousness and the ancient wisdom she sought to embrace. These sacred geometries exist everywhere in nature, in the arrangement of flower petals, the spiral of galaxies, the hexagonal patterns of snowflakes. They are the universe's own language, speaking directly to your soul. When you understand their meaning, you gain access to a profound system of energy work that transcends time and culture. The Symbol Meditation Practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Draw a simple circle on a piece of paper and place it before you. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Open your eyes and gaze softly at the circle. Allow your vision to relax as you observe its perfect form. Feel the energy of wholeness and completion it represents flowing into your being. Let the symbol speak to you in its own language, revealing its wisdom through direct experience rather than thought. Maintain this gentle focus for several minutes, allowing the symbol's energy to merge with your own. This practice can be repeated with different sacred symbols as you are drawn to them. Chapter 9. The Key to Magnetic Attraction. In the bustling marketplace of a distant city, Clarence watched as merchants effortlessly drew crowds while his own stall remained empty. Day after day, he observed how certain individuals seemed to attract success without effort, their very presence drawing others like moths to flame. What he could not see was the invisible force at work, the magnetic field of energy that surrounds every being. You possess this same magnetic force, though you may not yet realize its power. Your energy field extends far beyond your physical form, reaching out into the universe like an unseen hand. This field carries your deepest beliefs, emotions, and expectations, broadcasting them into the world with perfect precision. When you understand this truth, you begin to see that nothing in your life arrives by accident. Think of yourself as a living magnet, constantly pulling experiences that match your energetic frequency. If wealth flows easily to some while evading others, it is because their energy resonates with abundance. If love seems to find certain individuals without effort, it is because their field vibrates in harmony with connection. These are not matters of luck or fate. They are the natural consequences of energetic alignment. Clarence discovered this truth one morning when a wise merchant shared with him the ancient knowledge of energetic magnetism. "Your thoughts create ripples," the merchant told him, "but your energy creates waves." That day, Clarence began to consciously shift his field, focusing not on what he lacked, but on what he wished to attract. Within weeks, his stall became a center of activity, drawing precisely the customers he had envisioned. To master this magnetic force, you must first recognize that your energy speaks louder than your words or actions. When your inner state aligns with what you seek, you become irresistible to it. This is why forcing, chasing, or struggling often pushes away the very things you desire. The secret lies not in doing more, but in being more, in cultivating an energetic state that naturally attracts your desires. Practice the magnetic alignment exercise. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply, feeling the energy field that surrounds you. Visualize this field as a golden light, pulsing with possibility. Now, think of what you wish to attract. Instead of reaching for it, feel as though you are already one with it. Let your energy field expand with this feeling, becoming a powerful magnet for your desire. Hold this state for several minutes, allowing your frequency to align perfectly with what you seek. Practice this daily and watch as your magnetic power grows stronger. Chapter 10. The Invisible Grid. In the quiet mountains of an ancient land, Harriet spent her days tending to her small garden, always sensing there was more to life than what meets the eye. Each morning as she watched the sun rise, she felt a subtle vibration, a whisper of something vast and interconnected just beyond her grasp. You too have felt this presence, this underlying current that moves through all things. It pulses through every leaf, every raindrop, every breath of wind. This is the universal energy flow, the invisible grid that connects all of existence in an intricate dance of creation. Think of this energy as a mighty river, constantly flowing through the cosmos. Most people stand on its banks, watching life pass by, unaware they can step into its current state. But when you learn to attune yourself to this flow, you become one with the river itself. Suddenly, you're no longer fighting against the current. You're moving with it, guided by its wisdom, carried by its power. Harriet discovered this truth one morning while watching a flock of birds weave perfectly through the sky. She noticed how they didn't plan their movements. They simply trusted the invisible currents of air. In that moment, she understood. The universe operates the same way, with an intelligence far beyond human comprehension. You see, this universal grid responds to intention rather than force. When you align with it, doors open without struggle, opportunities appear at precisely the right moment, and synchronicities become your daily companions. This is not magic. It is the natural state of being when you surrender to the greater flow. The key lies in recognition. Just as a radio must be tuned to the right frequency to receive a clear signal, your energy must be calibrated to the universal frequency. When you achieve this alignment, you'll find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, and making decisions with uncanny accuracy. Practice the universal flow meditation. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine your energy field extending beyond your body, connecting with the vast web of universal energy. Feel the subtle pulse of this cosmic grid. With each breath, sync your rhythm with this greater flow. Visualize yourself as a drop of water joining the mighty river of universal energy. Stay in this state for several minutes, allowing your frequency to naturally align with the cosmic current. This ancient practice, when done regularly, will strengthen your connection to the universal flow, making you more receptive to its guidance and support. Part 2. Mastering Energy Manipulation. Chapter 11. The Invisible Hand. In a bustling marketplace, Bernard watched as merchants haggled, customers browsed, and life unfolded around him. Some vendors thrived while others struggled, though they sold similar wares. He noticed how certain stalls seemed to attract crowds effortlessly, while others remained empty despite their owners' desperate calls. You, like Bernard, have witnessed this phenomenon countless times, the inexplicable way some individuals seem blessed by fortune while others face constant obstacles. The truth lies not in luck or chance, but in the silent language of energy that shapes every moment of existence. Your energy is not merely an abstract concept. It is the very force that molds your reality. Each thought you harbor, each emotion you nurture, radiates a specific frequency into the universe. This frequency acts as a template, drawing to you experiences that match its vibration. When you carry fear, you attract situations that validate that fear. When you radiate confidence, opportunities naturally gravitate toward you. Bernard's breakthrough came when he noticed how his own shop's success fluctuated with his inner state. On days when worry clouded his mind, customers seemed irritable, sales declined, and problems multiplied. Yet, when he maintained a state of peaceful abundance, everything flowed smoothly, as if by magic. This is the hidden mechanism behind all creation. Your energy precedes every manifestation in your physical reality. The universe does not respond to your words or actions, but to the vibration you maintain. It mirrors back to you, with perfect precision, the exact frequency you project. Think of yourself as a broadcasting tower, continuously sending signals into the cosmic field. Every moment, you're transmitting messages through your energetic frequency. The world around you is simply responding to this broadcast, reflecting back what you're sending out. Practice the reality mirror scan. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Take several deep breaths to center yourself in this sacred moment of reflection. Observe your current life circumstances as if they were reflections in a mirror, each one a perfect manifestation of your inner state. For each situation, whether challenging or favorable, ask yourself, what energy am I projecting that has drawn this to me? What thoughts, feelings, and beliefs have you been broadcasting into the cosmic field? Notice any patterns without judgment, understanding that awareness itself is the first step toward transformation. Feel how different areas of your life correlate with different aspects of your energy. Your relationships mirror your heart's vibration. Your wealth reflects your beliefs about abundance. Your health shows your inner harmony. This ancient practice of self-reflection reveals the direct connection between your inner vibration and outer reality, empowering you to consciously adjust your energy to create desired changes. As you witness this profound relationship between your inner and outer worlds, you begin to understand your role as the divine creator of your experience. Chapter 12. The One Shift That Makes Energy Work Instantly. In a quiet garden, Loretta sat day after day, watching flowers bloom while her own dreams seemed forever stuck in winter. She had studied manifestation for years, filling journals with affirmations and vision boards with pictures, yet her desires remained distant mirages. You, too, may have felt this familiar ache, the frustration of knowing these universal laws exist, yet seeing your manifestations move at the pace of molasses. The truth that Loretta discovered, and that you are about to uncover, lies not in technique, but in the quality of your focus. Energy responds to certainty. When you scatter your attention between multiple desires, entertaining doubt, or constantly checking for results, you dilute your manifestation power. Think of energy as water. When dispersed, it creates shallow puddles, but when channeled into one focused stream, it carves through mountains. Loretta's breakthrough came through a simple yet powerful shift. Instead of dividing her energy among countless wishes, she chose one desire and invested her entire being into it. She stopped questioning, stopped seeking signs, and ceased entertaining alternative outcomes. In that moment of absolute clarity, when doubt no longer had a foothold in her mind, reality bent to match her certainty. This is the secret that masters of energy have guarded through ages, the power of undivided focus. When you direct all your energy toward one outcome with unwavering certainty, you create what mystics call a collapse point, a moment where possibility converges into reality. This is not about effort or strain, but about achieving a state of complete energetic alignment. The universe responds not to the length of time you hold a desire, but to the purity of your focus. When your energy is singular, undiluted by doubt or distraction, manifestation becomes instant. Like a laser cutting through darkness, your focused energy slices through the illusion of time. Ancient practice. The singular flame. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, a sacred sanctuary where your energy can flow freely without interference. Close your eyes and imagine a single flame before you, dancing in the darkness of your mind's eye. This flame represents your chosen desire in its purest form. As you breathe deeply, pour all your energy into this flame, allowing its light to fill your consciousness completely. Let competing thoughts, doubts, and distractions dissolve like shadows touched by dawn. Feel the flame growing stronger with each breath, becoming more real than any other possibility, until its warmth radiates through your entire being. Hold this focus until you feel an internal shift, a moment when your desire feels as natural as the ground beneath your feet, as inevitable as the rising sun. Your energy and the energy of your desire become one unified force, inseparable and absolute. Practice this daily until maintaining singular focus becomes effortless, until you can summon this state of perfect alignment as easily as opening your eyes. Chapter 13. The Energy Signatures of Wealth, Love, and Success. In the heart of a bustling marketplace, Gerald stood watching merchants exchange gold and goods, their faces bright with prosperity. You might recognize yourself in his wandering gaze, that familiar feeling of being separated from abundance by an invisible wall. The universe operates through energy signatures, each frequency drawing its match like a cosmic dance. Those who seem blessed with endless prosperity, love, or success are not merely fortunate. They embody specific energetic patterns that naturally attract these experiences. When you observe truly prosperous individuals, you'll notice they carry themselves differently. Their energy resonates at a frequency aligned with abundance. They move through the world as though wealth is their natural state, not a distant goal. This is not pretense. It is energetic alignment. The same holds true for those who effortlessly attract loving relationships or opportunities. They are not more deserving or lucky. They simply match the frequency of what they desire. Like tuning a radio to receive a specific station, you must adjust your energy to receive what you seek. Gerald discovered this truth one morning while watching a wealthy merchant. Instead of seeing someone different from himself, he recognized that the only separation was energetic. The merchant moved with certainty, spoke with authority, and handled money with reverence, all expressions of abundance consciousness. You hold this same power. Your energy is like a beacon, broadcasting a signal that the universe must match. When you shift your frequency to align with prosperity, love, or success, you naturally draw these experiences into your reality. The ancient practice below will help you attune your energy to your desired frequency. Sit in stillness and envision someone who embodies what you seek. Feel their presence, their movements, their way of being. Now, let their energy flow into you. Notice how your body naturally adjusts. Perhaps your shoulders straighten, your breath deepens, or a smile touches your lips. This is not imitation. It is energetic resonance. Hold this state for several minutes, allowing your frequency to stabilize at this new vibration. Practice this daily and watch as your reality begins to mirror your energetic shift. Gerald's transformation began the moment he stopped trying to acquire success and started embodying its frequency. Like a radio tuning to the perfect station, he aligned himself with the vibration of abundance, and his entire world shifted. You too will find that when you match the energy of what you desire, it naturally flows into your experience, drawn to you by the immutable laws of universal resonance. Just as water seeks its own level, your consciousness attracts experiences that mirror its frequency. Chapter 14. The Flow Principle. In a small village among ancient hills, Dorothy rose each morning before dawn, determined to bend life to her will through sheer force. You might recognize this pattern in yourself, the exhausting cycle of pushing, controlling, and struggling against the natural flow of energy. The universe responds not to force, but to alignment. When you resist what is, you create friction that slows the manifestation of your desires. This resistance appears in many forms: anxiety about outcomes, attempting to control every detail, or refusing to trust in divine timing. Each form of resistance acts as a barrier between you and your natural state of abundance. Think of energy as water. When you try to grasp it tightly, it slips through your fingers. But when you open your hands and allow it to pool naturally, it remains stable and clear. This is the paradox of energy work. The more you surrender to its flow, the more power you have to direct it. Dorothy's transformation began when she noticed how the village worked well. Those who yanked the rope hastily often spilled more than they gathered, while those who moved in harmony with the water's natural rhythm filled their vessels with ease. This simple observation sparked a profound shift in her understanding. The same principle applies to your energy. When you align with the natural flow of universal forces, manifestation becomes effortless. This doesn't mean becoming passive. Rather, it means moving in harmony with the energy around you instead of fighting against it. Practice the water release. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, a sanctuary where you can retreat from the world's ceaseless demands. Close your eyes and imagine yourself standing in a gentle stream, its crystalline waters swirling around your feet. Feel the water flowing around you, neither pushing nor pulling, simply moving with perfect rhythm. With each breath, release one area of resistance in your life, watching as it dissolves into the current. Let the stream carry away your need to control, your doubts, your struggles, all those burdens you've carried for far too long. Simply allow yourself to be supported by the flow, trusting in the universe's perfect timing and infinite wisdom. Feel how the water holds you, teaches you, guides you toward your highest good. Practice this visualization whenever you notice yourself forcing outcomes or struggling against life's natural current. Return to this sacred stream in your mind and watch as life begins responding with unexpected ease and grace. The more you surrender to this flow, the more swiftly and effortlessly your desires will manifest. Chapter 15. Thought Forms. In the bustling marketplace of a distant city, Alfred wandered among the stalls, his mind filled with scattered worries. "Nothing ever works out for me," he muttered, unaware that these words carried energy into the world around him. That evening his cart broke down on the way home, and a sudden storm soaked his newly purchased goods. You, like Alfred, send ripples of energy into the universe with every thought that crosses your mind. These thought forms do not dissipate into nothingness. They travel outward, gathering similar energies until they manifest as physical reality. Each worry, each doubt, each moment of gratitude or joy becomes a seed planted in the fertile soil of universal consciousness. The ancient masters understood this principle well. They knew that thoughts were not mere electrical impulses in the brain, but powerful forces that shaped the fabric of existence. When you think, you create. When you speak, you amplify. When you feel deeply, you accelerate manifestation. Alfred's transformation began when he noticed the pattern, how his morning thoughts precisely predicted his afternoon experiences. His fears of rejection drew cold responses from others. His anxieties about money attracted unexpected expenses. Yet on days when his mind dwelled on appreciation, unexpected gifts and opportunities appeared. Your thoughts are broadcasting constantly, like a radio tower sending signals into the cosmos. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge these transmissions as good or bad. It simply matches their frequency with unwavering precision. A mind focused on lack attracts more situations that reinforce that lack. A mind centered in abundance draws prosperity naturally. The key lies not in forcing positive thoughts, but in becoming aware of your mental broadcasts. Notice the energy behind your thoughts. Feel their vibration. Are they heavy with doubt or light with possibility? Are they clouded with fear or clear with purpose? Through conscious awareness, you can begin purifying your thought forms, ensuring that each mental transmission carries the energy of what you truly wish to create. This is not about suppressing negative thoughts, but about understanding their power and choosing deliberately what you send into the universe. Practice the thought crystal. Sit quietly and imagine a clear crystal floating before you. As thoughts arise, observe their energy. If the thought is pure and aligned with your desires, see it illuminate the crystal with golden light. If the thought carries lower energy, watch it pass by without entering the crystal. Practice this visualization for several minutes, strengthening your ability to discern and direct thought energy. Your crystal becomes brighter with each aligned thought, creating a powerful beacon for manifestation. Chapter 16. The Power of Sacred Movement. In a small mountain village, Esther moved through her daily routines, feeling an inexplicable surge of vitality whenever she danced. As she twirled in her garden each morning, flowers seemed to bloom more vibrantly and birds gathered to watch. She didn't understand why until an old sage revealed the truth. Her dance was a form of energy direction, as ancient as time itself. Through movement, you activate the body's natural energy channels. Every gesture, every breath, carries the potential to shape the invisible forces around you. The ancient temples held this knowledge sacred. Their priests and priestesses used specific motions to channel universal power, understanding that the physical form serves as a conductor for spiritual energy. Your body is more than flesh and bone. It is an instrument of energy transformation. When you raise your hands skyward, you draw down celestial energy. When you press your palms to the earth, you ground yourself in its power. These are not mere symbolic gestures. They are tools for energy manipulation that have been used since the dawn of civilization. The breath, when paired with movement, becomes a catalyst for energy direction. As you inhale, you draw in vital force. As you exhale, you project it with intention. This is why certain poses and breathing patterns have been preserved through generations. They are keys to unlocking your natural ability to channel energy. Esther discovered that different movements created different energetic effects. Circular motions gathered and built power, while straight, directed movements projected it outward. Slow, flowing gestures balanced and harmonized energy, while quick, precise movements cut through stagnation. You possess this same innate ability. Your hands can become channels for healing energy. Your movements can clear spaces of negative influence, and your breath can amplify the power of your intentions. The key lies in conscious awareness, understanding that every motion carries energy and learning to direct it with purpose. Practice the sacred flow. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, grounding firmly into the earth. Feel the solid connection between your soles and the ground beneath you, as though invisible roots are extending downward. Raise your hands slowly to heart level, palms facing upward as though holding two delicate bowls of light. As you inhale deeply, imagine drawing in golden light through your palms, feeling its warmth and vitality flow into your being. Hold this energy at your heart center for a moment, allowing it to gather and intensify like a glowing sun within your chest. Then As you exhale, extend your arms forward and outward in a flowing motion, directing this energy toward your intention with grace and purpose. Your hands become channels of divine power, transmitting pure creative force into the universe. Repeat this movement 3 times, allowing each breath to deepen the flow of energy through your body. With each cycle, you'll notice the sensations becoming stronger, more refined, as though you're conducting an ancient sacred dance that has been performed by mystics throughout the ages. Chapter 17. The Art of Energy Alchemy. In the bustling marketplace, Horace felt the familiar surge of anger as someone rudely pushed past him. His fists clenched, his jaw tightened, and the dark energy threatened to consume his day, just as it had countless times before. But this time was different. Standing still amidst the chaos, he remembered the ancient teaching: energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. You possess within you an incredible power, the ability to transmute lower energies into higher frequencies. What appears as negativity is simply raw force waiting to be redirected. Like the alchemists of old who transformed base metals into gold, you too can transform dense emotions into pure creative power. When anger rises, it brings with it an intense surge of energy. This force, when properly channeled, becomes determination. Fear carries the seed of awareness, ready to bloom into intuition. Sadness holds within it the depth of compassion, waiting to be awakened. The universe operates through the law of conservation. No energy is ever wasted. What seems destructive is merely power seeking proper direction. By learning to work with these forces instead of against them, you unlock a bottomless well of creative potential. Through conscious transmutation, you become like the master craftsman who sees the masterpiece within the rough stone. Each challenging emotion becomes raw material for your spiritual alchemy. This is not about suppression or denial. It is about recognition and transformation. When Horace felt that surge of anger, he no longer fought it. Instead, he breathed deeply, acknowledging the power coursing through him. With each breath, he directed this energy upward, feeling it transform from anger into pure creative force. What once would have ruined his day became fuel for positive change. The practice of energy. Transmutation. Sit in silence and bring awareness to any dense emotion present within you. Notice how it feels in your body, perhaps as heaviness in your chest, tension in your shoulders, or a knot in your stomach. Breathe deeply, imagining this emotion as pure energy, neither good nor bad. With each inhale, draw this energy up through your body, starting from its source and moving steadily upward through each chakra point. With each exhale, feel it transforming, becoming lighter and more refined, like dark smoke turning to golden light. As you continue this practice, observe how the energy shifts and changes, losing its emotional charge while retaining its power. Continue until the heavy emotion has been completely transmuted into pure creative power that radiates through your entire being. This is the ancient art of spiritual alchemy, passed down through generations of energy masters who understood that within every challenging emotion lies a seed of divine potential waiting to be awakened. Chapter 18. Energy Anchors. In a small cottage among ancient trees, Mabel held her grandmother's pendant, wondering why some objects seemed to carry more than just memories. For years, she had dismissed talismans and sacred items as mere superstition, until she discovered the truth about energy. You hold in your hands more power than you realize. Every object in existence carries an energetic signature, waiting to be programmed with intention. Like a vessel ready to be filled, physical items can store and amplify the energy you channel into them. The ancients understood this profound truth. Their temples, artifacts, and sacred objects were more than decorative pieces. They were energetic tools charged with specific frequencies. This knowledge, though hidden from many, has been preserved through generations of those who worked with energy. When you consciously charge an object, you create an anchor point for your manifestations. This process transforms ordinary items into powerful amplifiers that broadcast your intentions continuously into the universal field. The object becomes a beacon, maintaining the frequency of your desires even when your conscious mind is occupied elsewhere. Mabel discovered this truth when she began intentionally charging her grandmother's pendant. Each morning, she would hold it in her hands, infusing it with the energy of abundance and protection. Soon she noticed that wearing the charged pendant brought opportunities and shields her from negative influences. The pendant had become more than a family heirloom. It was now a conscious tool for manifestation. The key lies in understanding that matter and energy are interchangeable. Everything physical is simply energy in solid form. By learning to charge objects, you create external storage points for your manifestation energy, much like batteries that hold and release power when needed. Choose objects that resonate with your purpose. Natural materials like crystals, metals, and wood hold energy particularly well. But any item can be transformed into an energetic tool. The power lies not in the object itself, but in your ability to program it with specific frequencies. Ancient practice for charging objects. Hold your chosen object in both hands, closing your eyes. Feel the energy flowing from your heart, down your arms, and into the object. Visualize this energy as golden light, carrying your pure intention. Breathe deeply, allowing each exhale to push more energy into the object until it feels warm or begins to pulse with power. Seal the charge by declaring, "This object now holds and amplifies my intention." Use this charged object during meditation or carry it with you to maintain a constant energetic broadcast of your desires. Chapter 19. The Amplifiers. In the heart of an ancient grove, Herbert often walked to clear his mind. One autumn evening, as golden light filtered through the leaves, he felt something extraordinary. His thoughts seemed to manifest instantly. What began as a simple wish for clarity led to an immediate encounter with a wise stranger who provided the exact guidance he needed. This was no coincidence. You stand at the threshold of a powerful revelation. The universe has placed natural amplifiers throughout existence, waiting to multiply your energetic efforts. These sacred nodes, certain locations, elements, and objects act as cosmic resonators, strengthening the signals you send into the universal field. Ancient temples were built on energy vortexes where the Earth's natural power flows converge. Mountains, bodies of water, and pristine forests hold similar qualities. When you align your energy work with these natural amplifiers, your intentions gain momentum, manifesting with heightened speed and precision. But amplifiers exist beyond geographical locations. Certain crystals, metals, and natural elements possess unique vibrational signatures that harmonize with specific intentions. Gold resonates with abundance, while flowing water amplifies cleansing energy. Even the position of celestial bodies can enhance your energy work when properly aligned. Herbert's discovery teaches an essential truth. When you combine your personal power with these natural amplifiers, you create a multiplier effect. His manifestations in the grove worked faster because he unknowingly tapped into an energy vortex, a place where the veils between intention and manifestation grow thin. To harness these amplifiers, begin by sensing the energy of different locations and objects. Some places will feel charged, alive with possibility. These are your personal power spots. Similarly, certain objects will resonate more strongly with your energy. Trust this intuitive recognition. Ancient practice for amplified manifestation. Find a location in nature that feels energetically charged. Bring an object that resonates with your intention, perhaps a crystal, a written wish, or a symbolic item. At sunrise or sunset, when Earth's energy fields are most accessible, sit in this power spot. Hold your chosen object, allowing your energy to merge with the natural forces around you. Visualize your intention flowing through the object and into the earth, then returning multiplied. Remain in this state until you feel the energy peak. This ritual creates an energetic feedback loop, amplifying your manifestation power exponentially. Remember, these amplifiers do not create power. They enhance the energy you already possess. Use them wisely, with respect for the natural forces you're engaging in. Like a crystal that focuses light into a concentrated beam, these practices focus and magnify your innate manifestation abilities. The universe responds not to the tools themselves, but to the conscious intention you channel through them. Approach these sacred methods with reverence, knowing they serve as bridges between your spiritual essence and the infinite creative force that flows through all things. Chapter 20. The Harmonic Resonance. In a quiet monastery among snow-capped peaks, Mildred spent decades studying ancient texts and practicing esoteric techniques. She meditated for hours, performed sacred rituals, and sought wisdom from masters, all in pursuit of power. Yet true mastery eluded her until the moment she ceased searching altogether. You now approach the pinnacle of energy work, where the distinction between self and universal force dissolves. Most practitioners remain trapped in the illusion of control, believing they must wrestle with energy to bend it to their will. This keeps them separate from the very power they seek to harness. The highest truth reveals itself with elegant simplicity. You are not meant to direct energy. You are meant to embody it. When you release the need to manipulate and control, you discover that the universal force naturally flows through you, expressing itself with perfect wisdom and timing. Think of a crystal-clear stream. The water does not struggle to flow. It simply moves in harmony with its nature. Similarly, universal energy seeks to express itself through vessels that offer no resistance. By becoming transparent to this force, you allow miracles to unfold effortlessly through you. Mildred's breakthrough came when she finally surrendered her quest for power. In that moment of release, she experienced a profound shift. She was no longer separate from the energy she sought to master. She had become a pure channel, allowing universal wisdom to flow through her unimpeded. Sacred practice. The harmonic resonance attunement. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, a sacred sanctuary where you can retreat from the world's ceaseless motion. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, drawing the breath down into your belly as ancient mystics have done for millennia. Imagine your body becoming transparent like pure crystal, each cell awakening to its natural state of clarity and light. With each breath, release all tension, all need to control, all separation between you and the universal force. Feel yourself becoming a hollow reed through which divine energy flows freely, just as the great masters and sages throughout time have done before you. Stay in this state of pure allowing for several minutes, knowing that you are not the doer. You are the instrument through which infinite power expresses itself. Let go of any expectations or desires for specific outcomes, and simply rest in this space of perfect receptivity, where miracles unfold naturally through your being. Part 3. Ultimate Energy Mastery. Chapter 21. Breaking the Physical Laws. In a prestigious laboratory filled with advanced equipment, Archibald devoted his life to studying the physical properties of matter. His scientific mind left no room for mysticism, until the day he witnessed something that shattered his understanding of reality. You have been taught that matter is solid, fixed, and bound by unchangeable laws. This belief serves as the foundation of your perceived limitations. Yet those who have glimpsed beyond the veil know a deeper truth. What appears solid is merely energy vibrating at specific frequencies. The ancient masters understood that matter responds to consciousness. When you reach certain levels of energetic mastery, the seemingly solid world becomes fluid, responsive to your focused intention. This is not magic. It is the natural result of understanding reality's true nature. Think of ice transforming into water, then into steam. The molecular structure remains the same. Only the vibrational frequency changes. Similarly, all matter exists in a constant state of energetic flux, waiting to be influenced by conscious intention. Archibald's worldview crumbled when he observed an energy master alter the molecular structure of metal without touching it. No amount of scientific reasoning could explain what his instruments recorded that day. The master wasn't defying physics. He was operating at a higher level of natural law. This power lies dormant within you. Every atom in existence responds to energy, and you are an energy being capable of directing these forces. The boundaries between solid and fluid, fixed and changeable, dissolve when you access deeper levels of energetic awareness. Matter-shifting practice. Sit in perfect stillness with a small object placed before you. Close your eyes and extend your awareness to sense the subtle energy field surrounding it. Recognize that what appears solid is actually billions of atoms in constant motion, dancing in an eternal cosmic symphony. Now, with your inner vision, see these atoms becoming more fluid, more responsive to your consciousness. Watch as they begin to shimmer and flow like water catching sunlight. Feel the boundary between you and the object dissolving as you recognize that you are both expressions of the same universal energy, two waves in the infinite ocean of existence. Let your breath become slow and steady as you maintain this connection. Practice this daily, gradually extending the duration of your sessions, knowing that as your energy awareness deepens, your ability to influence physical reality will expand. The ancient masters understood this truth, that consciousness shapes matter, and with dedicated practice, you too will unlock this dormant power within. Chapter 22. The Hidden Grid. In a remote mountain village, Beatrice noticed how her energy felt different in certain locations. Some places drained her vitality, while others seemed to fill her with inexplicable strength. This mystery haunted her until she discovered an ancient map marked with intricate lines. The earth pulses with living energy, flowing through invisible channels that the ancients called ley lines. These pathways of power form a vast network, connecting sacred sites, stone circles, and natural formations across the globe. This knowledge was not lost. It was hidden, preserved by those who understood its significance. When you stand at these power points, you align with forces far greater than individual energy. The planet's electromagnetic field interacts with your own, amplifying your natural abilities and accelerating manifestations. This is why ancient temples and monuments were built at specific locations. They served as conduits for Earth's raw power. These energy centers are not random. They follow geometric patterns, creating a grid that encompasses the entire planet. By learning to recognize and work with these natural power spots, you tap into an endless source of vitality and manifestation power. Beatrice's revelation came when she began mapping her experiences to these ancient lines. Places where she felt energized perfectly matched the intersections of Earth's energy grid. She discovered that by performing her energy work at these locations, her intentions manifested with remarkable speed and clarity. The practice: geomagnetic energy attunement. Find a natural location where you feel unusually energized, a place where the veil between worlds feels thin and your spirit naturally awakens. Stand barefoot on the earth, allowing your body to ground itself completely into this sacred space. Breathe deeply and rhythmically, visualizing strong, luminous roots extending from your feet deep into the ground below. Feel the earth's eternal pulse rising through these energetic roots, filling your body with ancient power that has flowed since the dawn of time. Maintain this profound connection for several minutes, allowing the planetary frequency to harmonize with your own vibration. Notice how the energy moves through you in waves, cleansing and revitalizing every cell. This attunement will strengthen each time you practice it, especially when performed at recognized power spots where the Earth's grid lines intersect. Through regular practice, you'll develop an intuitive understanding of these sacred locations and your natural ability to channel their transformative energy. Chapter 23: Energy Battles. In a bustling city square, Eugene felt an unexplainable heaviness descend upon him. His thoughts scattered, his energy dimmed, and a dog seemed to settle over his consciousness. For weeks, he dismissed these symptoms as stress or fatigue, until the truth revealed itself. Energy flows not just through you, but around you. Your energy field extends beyond your physical form, interacting with countless other fields each day. Most of these interactions are harmless, even beneficial. But there exist forces that can drain, disturb, or deliberately manipulate your energy. Just as light casts shadows, the universe contains both harmonious and discordant energies. Some emerge from others' negative thoughts or emotions, while others stem from conscious attempts to influence. These forces can manifest as sudden fatigue, unclear thinking, emotional instability, or a persistent sense of being watched. Eugene discovered this truth when he noticed his energy shifted dramatically around certain people or places. His vitality would suddenly plummet, his thoughts would cloud, and his manifestations would weaken. Through this experience, he learned that maintaining energetic boundaries was as crucial as generating positive energy. Protection begins with awareness. Your energy field naturally resists invasion, but this defense weakens when you remain unconscious of it. By staying alert to subtle shifts in your field, you detect interference before it takes hold. Pay attention to unexpected mood changes, mental fog, or a sensation of being energetically pressed upon. The most powerful defense is a well-maintained energy field. Like a fortress, your field must be regularly strengthened and cleansed. This involves not just blocking negative energy, but actively maintaining your own high frequency. When your vibration remains elevated, lower energies cannot easily penetrate your field. The practice: energy shield formation. Sit quietly and center yourself, allowing your breath to become steady and deep. Visualize your energy field as a sphere of pure, radiant light surrounding you completely, extending several feet in all directions. See this sphere becoming crystalline and diamond-like, its surface growing more refined and impenetrable to lower frequencies. The shield shimmers with an iridescent glow, pulsing in harmony with your heartbeat. State silently with conviction, "I am sovereign over my energy." Only the highest frequencies may enter my field. Feel the resonance of these words strengthening your shield, infusing it with divine protection. With each breath, sense your energetic barrier growing more resilient, its crystalline matrix becoming denser and more organized. This creates a permanent, living barrier against unwanted energetic influences while remaining permeable to love, wisdom, and healing frequencies that serve your highest good. Chapter 24. The Forbidden Teachings of the Masters. In a dimly lit chamber beneath an ancient temple, Winifred discovered markings on the wall that seemed to pulse with their own light. For decades, she had studied energy work, mastering technique after technique. Yet something always felt incomplete, a missing piece that lingered just beyond her grasp. You stand now at the threshold of deeper understanding. The teachings you have encountered thus far represent only the surface of what is possible with energy. Throughout history, certain knowledge has been preserved by those who recognized its power, shared only with those who proved themselves ready to wield it responsibly. Energy responds not just to intention, but to consciousness itself. When you reach a certain level of awareness, you gain access to accelerated manifestation, where thought and reality merge instantly. This is not magic, but the natural result of elevated consciousness aligning perfectly with universal forces. The ancient ones knew that premature exposure to these techniques could overwhelm an unprepared mind. They understood that wisdom reveals itself in layers, each building upon the last. This is why certain teachings remain hidden until the seeker's energy field reaches the necessary frequency to receive them. Through your journey thus far, you have been preparing for this moment. The practices you have mastered have gradually attuned your consciousness to higher vibrations. Now, you are ready to access the hidden chambers of power that few ever discover. Winifred's revelation came when she realized that the greatest secrets of energy work were not written in books or taught in schools. They emerged from within, awakened by reaching specific thresholds of consciousness. These advanced techniques involve direct manipulation of reality through pure awareness, bypassing the need for lengthy manifestation periods. Sacred practice. The consciousness elevation ritual. Find absolute stillness in a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Close your eyes and imagine your awareness expanding beyond your physical form, becoming one with the infinite universal field that surrounds and permeates all things. Feel yourself dissolving into pure consciousness, letting go of all earthly attachments and limitations. Your individual self merges with the eternal flow of creation. From this elevated state, project your intention not as a future possibility or distant hope, but as an immediate and unquestionable reality already manifest in the present moment. Feel it resonating through every particle of your expanded being. Hold this state for exactly 7 breaths, allowing the power to build with each measured exhalation like a gathering storm of creative force. Let each breath cycle deepen your connection to the infinite source. On the final breath, release your intention into the field with complete certainty of its instant manifestation, knowing that in this transcendent state, thought and reality are one. Your consciousness, now aligned with the highest vibrations, instantly shapes the fabric of existence. Trust in the absolute power of your elevated awareness to bring forth immediate transformation. Chapter 25. The Forbidden Truths of Energy Manipulation. In the depths of a sacred grove, Oscar stood before an ancient stone altar, his hands trembling with newfound power. For years he had sought the ability to bend reality to his will, believing that control over energy would solve all his problems. Yet in that moment of ultimate achievement, he felt a darkness creeping into his soul. You must understand that energy itself holds no moral compass. It simply is. Like water flowing downhill, it follows the path of least resistance, responding to the consciousness directing it. The true measure of mastery lies not in how much power you can wield, but in the wisdom with which you choose to use it. Those who chase power for its own sake often find themselves caught in an endless cycle of hunger. The more they grasp, the more they need, until their very essence becomes corrupted by the forces they sought to control. This is not because energy is inherently dangerous, but because the ego's desire for power can overshadow the soul's need for growth. Every thought you project, every intention you set, creates ripples through the fabric of reality. These ripples return to you multiplied, carrying not just the energy you sent out, but the essence of your motivation. When you manipulate energy from a place of fear, control, or dominance, you bind yourself to lower frequencies that ultimately lead to suffering. Oscar discovered this truth when his unchecked power began to affect those around him. Relationships crumbled, opportunities twisted into challenges, and the very things he thought power would bring him slipped further from his grasp. It was only when he stepped back from the precipice that he understood. True power flows from wisdom, not force. The ancient masters knew this well. They left behind teachings that emphasized the importance of spiritual maturity before accessing higher levels of energy work. They understood that power without wisdom is like a sword without a handle. It cuts the one who wields it. Practice the Energy Guardian's Code. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and place your hands over your heart. Feel the pulse of your own energy field. Now ask yourself these questions, allowing the answers to arise from your deepest wisdom. How will I use this power to serve the highest good? What boundaries will I set to protect myself and others? How will I maintain balance between power and compassion? Let each answer form into a clear statement. These statements become your personal energy code, a sacred contract between you and the universal forces you work with. Chapter 26. The Thought Manifestation Secret. In the heart of a bustling city, Matilda sat in her small apartment, surrounded by vision boards and manifestation journals. Despite years of practice, her desires seemed to manifest at a glacial pace, if at all. Then one evening, as she watched a bolt of lightning illuminate the sky, she grasped a truth that had eluded her. Energy needs no time to travel. You have been taught that manifestation requires patience, that desires must gestate before birthing into reality. This teaching, while well-meaning, has created an artificial barrier between you and your creative power. The universe does not operate on human time. It operates on resonance. When you understand that energy moves at the speed of thought, you realize that delay exists only in your acceptance of it. Every moment contains infinite potential, waiting to be activated by your conscious projection. The key lies not in waiting for the universe to respond, but in aligning your energy so precisely with your desire that separation between thought and manifestation dissolves. Matilda discovered that by projecting her energy with absolute clarity and unwavering certainty, reality had no choice but to conform instantly. She stopped spreading her energy across time, hoping, wishing, and waiting, and instead concentrated it into a single point of now. The results were immediate. This advanced technique requires you to abandon all notions of time-bound manifestation. Instead of sending your desire into some distant future, you must learn to collapse time through perfect energetic alignment. This means holding your desired reality not as a possibility, but as an existing fact that your energy simply reveals. The process begins with energy projection, a focused beam of consciousness that cuts through the illusion of time. Unlike traditional manifestation, which often dilutes energy across weeks or months of affirming and visualizing, this technique concentrates all your power into a single, precise moment of creation. Matilda's breakthrough came when she stopped trying to convince the universe of her worthiness and instead projected her energy with such intensity that reality instantly rearranged itself to match her frequency. She learned that manifestation is not a process of becoming, it is a revelation of what already is. Practice the instant manifestation projection. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply until you feel your energy gathering at your core. Choose one specific desire and hold it in your mind with crystal clarity. Now, instead of pushing this desire into the future, project your energy as if your desire exists in this exact moment. Feel the full force of your being aligning with this reality, not as a wish, but as an absolute truth. Hold this projection for exactly 1 minute, allowing no doubt or future-oriented thoughts to dilute your focus. Release with complete trust, knowing that what you have projected must materialize, for energy cannot lie. Chapter 27. Unlocking the Full Spectrum of Energy Consciousness. In the quiet hours before dawn, Milton stood at his window, gazing at the stars that dotted the night sky. For years he had lived within the confines of what his physical senses could perceive, believing that reality ended at the boundaries of sight and touch. Yet something stirred within him, an ancient knowing that whispered of vast realms beyond the veil of ordinary perception. You, too, sense this truth stirring in your depths. The physical world you see is merely the surface of an infinite ocean of energy. Your body, your thoughts, your very essence extends far beyond the limitations of flesh and bone. You are a being of pure energy, temporarily experiencing life through physical form. The universe exists in layers of consciousness, each vibrating at different frequencies. Most individuals remain locked in the densest layer, perceiving only what their physical senses reveal. But as you raise your vibration and expand your awareness, these higher realms become accessible. Here, knowledge flows freely, unbound by space or time. Power manifests instantly, unrestricted by physical laws. Wisdom reveals itself naturally, as if remembering what your soul has always known. Milton's breakthrough came when he ceased trying to understand these realms with his mind, and instead allowed his energy to resonate with them. Like tuning into a radio frequency, he discovered that shifting his consciousness was the key to accessing these higher dimensions. Through sustained practice, you can expand your perception beyond physical limitations. Begin by recognizing that your consciousness is not confined to your body. It extends infinitely in all directions. As you release the belief in boundaries, your awareness naturally expands into these higher frequencies. The ancient masters knew this secret well. They understood that human potential was not limited by physical laws, but by the boundaries of perception. By expanding your awareness, you tap into reservoirs of power that most never realize exist. To access these higher realms, center yourself in stillness and allow your energy field to expand naturally. Feel the artificial boundaries of self-dissolving as your consciousness merges with the infinite field of possibility. In this expanded state, knowledge downloads directly into your awareness, bypassing the need for learning. Power flows through you unobstructed, and wisdom emerges spontaneously from the depths of your being. Practice. Higher realm attunement. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to settle into your body. Visualize your energy field extending beyond your physical form, growing larger with each breath. Feel yourself becoming transparent, permeable to the higher frequencies around you. As your field expands, notice the subtle sensations of connecting with these elevated realms. Allow knowledge, power, and wisdom to flow naturally into your expanded awareness. Maintain this state for several minutes, anchoring your consciousness in these higher dimensions. Chapter 28. The Ultimate Flow State. In a secluded garden, Frances stood with her hands raised to the sky, straining to command the forces around her. For years, she had studied the arts of energy manipulation, believing that mastery meant bending energy to her will. Yet despite her knowledge, something felt missing, a deeper truth that eluded her grasp. You may recognize this struggle in your own journey. The desire to control, to force, to make energy bow to your commands is a natural phase of awakening. But true mastery lies in a paradox that few discover. The greatest power comes through complete surrender. The universe flows with an intelligence far beyond human comprehension. This divine current carries within it everything needed for perfect manifestation. When you learn to align with this flow, you become more than a wielder of energy. You become energy itself. Think of water. When contained and controlled, it loses its natural power. But when allowed to flow freely, it carves mountains and creates valleys. Energy operates in the same way. The moment you release the need to control, you tap into a power greater than anything you could command through force. Francis's breakthrough came during a moment of complete exhaustion. After years of pushing and straining, she finally let go. In that instant of surrender, energy began flowing through her with an intensity she had never known. Manifestations occurred spontaneously, healing happened effortlessly, and transformation unfolded naturally. This is the secret of becoming a pure conduit. It requires trust in the universal intelligence that flows through all things. When you align yourself with this flow, you become a channel through which infinite power expresses itself. Your role shifts from controller to witness, from commander to vessel. To begin this practice of surrender, find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the subtle energy already moving through your body. Rather than trying to direct it, simply observe its natural flow. Notice how it moves, where it concentrates, where it disperses. Now, imagine your entire being becoming transparent, like clear crystal. See yourself as a hollow vessel through which universal energy can flow freely. Release all resistance, all need to control, all desire to force outcomes. Allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to move through you unimpeded. As you maintain this state of allowing, you may notice sensations of tingling, warmth, or expansion. These are signs that you are becoming a clearer channel for energy flow. The more you practice this surrender, the more naturally power will be expressed through you. Remember, you are not the source of the power. You are its expression. When you truly understand this, manifestation becomes effortless. Transformation becomes natural, and miracles become your normal state of being. Chapter 29. The Divine Connection. In the depths of an ancient temple, Clementine knelt before a sacred altar, her hands trembling with anticipation. For decades, she had pursued power, believing it would bring her everything she desired. Yet in this moment of quiet surrender, she discovered a truth that transcended all she had learned before. You stand now at the threshold of the deepest mystery, the ultimate revelation that has guided masters, mystics, and sages throughout the ages. The pursuit of personal power, while natural in your journey, is merely a stepping stone to something far greater. Unity with source energy itself. When you align with source energy, you tap into the very force that creates universes. This is not about controlling or directing energy. It is about dissolving the illusion of separation between you and the infinite power that flows through all things. In this state of oneness, manifestation becomes effortless because there is no longer a you trying to make things happen. There is only the pure expression of universal will flowing through the vessel you have become. Clementine's breakthrough came when she realized that all her striving had actually kept her separate from what she sought. In letting go of the need to be powerful, she found herself filled with a presence so vast, it defied description. Her individual will merged with universal will, and in that fusion, she discovered that everything she had ever wanted was already within her reach. This level of energy work transcends technique. It is a state of being where your thoughts naturally align with universal intelligence, your actions flow from divine guidance, and your presence becomes a catalyst for miracles. You are no longer working with energy. You are energy itself, conscious and aware. To begin this sacred practice of source alignment, find a space where you can be completely undisturbed. Sit in silence and close your eyes. Feel the subtle pulse of life flowing through your body. With each breath, release any remaining need to control or direct energy. Allow your awareness to expand beyond the boundaries of your physical form. Feel yourself merging with the vast field of consciousness that surrounds you. Let go of all seeking, all striving, all desire to be anything other than what you are in this moment. In this space of pure being, you will find yourself naturally aligning with source energy, becoming one with the infinite power that creates worlds. This practice is not about achieving or gaining. It is about remembering what you have always been. As you rest in this awareness, you will find yourself naturally flowing with universal intelligence, your actions and intentions perfectly aligned with the highest good of all. Chapter 30. The Ultimate Truth. In a quiet garden, Harrison sat beneath an ancient tree, his years of searching weighing heavily upon his mind. Like so many before him, he had traveled far and wide, seeking wisdom from masters, studying sacred texts, and performing countless rituals, all in pursuit of power he believed lay somewhere outside himself. You have walked a similar path, moving through teachings and techniques, believing that energy mastery was something to acquire. Yet the truth that Harrison discovered, the truth that now stands before you, is both simpler and more profound than anything you could have imagined. The power you seek has never been separate from you. From the moment of your first breath, you have been a master of energy. Every thought you've ever had, every emotion you've ever felt, has been an expression of this mastery, whether you realized it or not. The struggles you've faced, the challenges you've overcome, even the moments of doubt and confusion, all were perfect demonstrations of your ability to shape reality through energy. What you call learning has simply been remembering. Each chapter in this book has not given you anything new. It has only cleared away the veils that kept you from seeing what was already there. The exercises, the practices, the revelations, all have been keys unlocking doors within yourself, not external powers being granted to you. Harrison's awakening came not through gaining something, but through releasing everything he thought he needed to gain. In that moment of pure recognition, he saw that his entire life had been a demonstration of energy mastery. Every success, every failure, every moment of joy or sorrow, all were manifestations of his innate power to direct energy. Now it is time for your final practice. Not to become something you are not, but to fully embrace what you have always been. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and place your hands over your heart. Breathe deeply and feel the energy that has always flowed through you. Speak these words with the authority that is your birthright. I am, and have always been, a master of energy. I claim this truth not as something new, but as the essence of who I am. All power flows through me because I am one with all power. I remember, I accept, I am. Let this recognition fill every cell of your being. Feel the artificial boundaries between learner and master dissolve. There is no more seeking, no more striving, no more becoming. There is only the truth of who you are, who you have always been. Conclusion. The knowledge contained within these chapters is but a single drop in the infinite ocean of energy mastery. As you close this book, understand that you are not finishing, you are beginning. Every teaching shared here has been a key, unlocking dormant aspects of your own power. Yet these keys merely open doors. It is you who must walk through them. Your understanding of energy will deepen with each passing day. What seems clear now will reveal even greater depths of wisdom as you continue to work with these principles. The exercises and practices offered here are not meant to be discarded, but refined and expanded through your own experience. Let them evolve as you evolve. The world you see now is fundamentally different from the one you knew before opening these chapters. Where once you saw coincidence, you now recognize the precise workings of energy. Where you once felt powerless, you now stand aware of your role as a conscious creator. This awareness cannot be undone, nor would you want it to be. You have moved beyond the need for external validation or proof. The evidence of energy's power now surrounds you in every moment, in every breath, in every creation manifesting in your life. Your very existence is a testament to the mastery you possess. This awakening carries with it both privilege and responsibility. The power to direct energy, to shape reality itself, is not granted lightly. How you choose to use this power will ripple through the fabric of existence, affecting not only your life but the lives of all you touch. Remember, true mastery is not about reaching a final destination. It is about embracing the eternal dance of energy, allowing your understanding to expand infinitely. Each day brings new opportunities to deepen your connection, to refine your practice, to explore the boundless potential that has always resided within you. The universe now awaits your conscious participation. You stand at the threshold of unlimited possibility, fully aware of your power to create, transform, and manifest. The question that remains is not what you can do, but what you will choose to do with the mastery you have reclaimed. Your journey doesn't end here. Click on this next audiobook that I promise will completely transform your perspective.